Today we're going to get into a story that sounds like it's straight out of a dystopian novel. Unfortunately, it's happening right here in our own backyard. The New York Supreme Court Appellate Division has made a ruling that just boggles the mind. Even liberal justices should have known better, which is why this ruling is so suspicious on its face. The court just ruled that New York government may go and remove anyone from their home without a warrant, without proof that they test positive for COVID, and place them into a quarantine camp, which is really a concentration camp given the way that this thing was written. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, before we dive into this story, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you never miss out on the truth that the mainstream media tries to bury each and every day. All right, let's get into it. In a case that could only be described as a dark victory for authoritarianism, the court has reversed a prior ruling on New York's COVID-19 quarantine regulations. Remember those oral arguments back in September? Well, the court now says the state's commissioner of health can issue quarantine measures. It's like we're living in a Kafka novel, folks. The plaintiff's attorney, possibly the most articulate lawyer I've ever listened to, pointed out the glaring issue here. The New York legislature never gave the executive branch the power to create, let's call them, quarantine camps. But that's what Governor Kathy Hochul is doing, using COVID as a pretext to silence dissenters. It's eerily reminiscent of some very dark times in history. And I hate to make Nazi references, but the comparison is hard to ignore. Apparently, New Yorkers lacked standing, the most favorable ruling that a judge that doesn't want to hear a case gives. So New Yorkers lacked standing to challenge these regulations. Really? When the fabricated powers of Hochul's administration could impact every New Yorker, you're saying that they don't have standing? One has to wonder, did the Democratic Party influence the court somehow? Threats? Bribes? It's hard to believe they'd support the government's power to remove someone from their home. Lawyerless. Proofless. It's like a legal black hole. This debacle followed a lawsuit filed against the Hochul regime. And if you're a New Yorker who's less radical than, say, Vladimir Lenin, it might be time to pack your bags. The state's recent antics suggest they're not too keen on conservative viewpoints. Perhaps consider a move to the South where freedom rings. It's not just a word in the dictionary. Senator George Borrello of New York and other plaintiffs argued that this regulation violates individual liberty and the separation of powers. They initially won against the Hochul administration, but then came Letitia James, the attorney general. Remember her? The one who campaigned to get Trump. Well, now she wants to get New York's conservatives. This isn't about public health. It's about silencing dissent. They'll haul conservatives out of their homes, lock them up for their social media posts. No COVID proof is needed. I'm telling you, folks, they don't need to prove that you test positive for COVID to throw you into a quarantine camp. Think about the impact on families. People losing their jobs because they can't go because they're in a quarantine. What about their reputations? Borrello's taking to social media, he was voicing what we're all thinking. And he's planning to appeal. But for now, my advice to New Yorkers is cherish your freedom. Get out. Get out as fast as you can. Because in New York, it seems Orwell's 1984 isn't just a novel. It's a policy manual. All right. So make sure you subscribe to our channel and share our videos with like-minded friends who want to stay informed with what's really going on. Stay informed, stay vigilant. Always remember, read between the lines and the Democrat lies. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.
Every day I'm looking for